Hello, frugalistas and dumpsterinos. Welcome to our second video of our UK adventure. Yes, many of you guessed correctly and knew that we are in England, and in particular, Cambridge. But we've gone off on a weekend adventure. So I probably filmed a lot of more of this traveling than maybe you want to see, but I just thought it was interesting to see the countryside. So we're spending the weekend up in the Peak District, so you can guess that it might be a little bit hilly. I wouldn't necessarily say mountainous, but extremely hilly, and the hills are steep as insert expletive here. So steep. So anyway, around Cambridge, it's very, very flat. Cambridge was founded in the fens. The fens, I tell you. A fen is like a bog, but a bog is acidic. So that's why people who fell into bogs, were pickled, sort of, like pickled in vinegar, and therefore you find their remains, 5,000 years later. You have bog men in museums. But the fens were very similar. It's like a bog, like a marshy, swampy bog, but they're alkaline. And they were known for having eels. Eels, I'm telling you, swimming around in the bogs. Cambridge was such a place, but eventually the bogs were drained, and now it's dry, and it's not eel-ridden. Anyway, but it's very flat, very, very flat. And the Peak District, as I said, you can guess, is very hilly. So we've gone up to the Peak District for adventure and fun. And oh boy, have we been having it. So the first day, we arrived and we checked into this manor house, which you'll see in a moment, which has been turned into a youth hostel by a charitable trust. They have many, many youth hostels, and it's a little bit more of an affordable way than staying in a hotel or a B&B or what's that other thing where you rent people's houses? You know what I'm talking about. But I will tell you, the cost of living crisis in England is not a joke. Stuff is so flipping expensive here. Like, where is the strong US dollar? I'd like to know. So expensive. And I know things are extremely expensive in the United States as well, but I might be a little bit shielded from it by the fact that we never eat out and we get our food out of dumpsters. But eating out here is ridiculous. And we're certainly not going to fancy restaurants. We're eating at pubs, and it's ridiculously expensive. And we're getting groceries at Aldi, fruit and snacks and things, really, to make our meals. But oh my God in heaven. Of course, we're going to touristy places and paying touristy prices, but it's ludicrous. It's outrageous. It's so freaking absurdly expensive. I just want to confirm that to all the Brits out there who think their cost of living is horrific. It's also really hot here right now, and it's been a very, very dry summer for them. They really need rain. And it's hot, but when you have heat that is maybe in the high 80s, possibly low 90s, it's not quite as hot as what we get in the United States. But of course, they're not used to it, these delicate English roses with their pale complexions. They're not used to it. So anyway, on the first day after we checked in at our little manor house, we went off to explore Thor's Cave. Thor's Cave. Nobody told me there was going to be climbing of hills on this little weekend jaunt. I was wearing a dress and flip-flops. I didn't even bring sneakers, which the Brits call trainers. I'll translate it between both Englishes for you. Sneakers/trainers did not make it into my luggage. I'm wearing flip-flops everywhere, and then I have one pair of lady shoes for the wedding. One of the viewers commented oh, how nice to have a destination wedding. Yes, for rich people it is. It's a destination for me and the twins. It's not a destination for the snail and her husband-to-be, because they live over here now. It's a destination for me. And lovely, it is. Anyway, so we go off to Thor's cave, and we have to climb up this mountainside, but it's not a mountain, it's a hill. And it does have steps, kind of, I don't know, carved in, or they brought big pieces of stone and cemented them in. It is steps. And as you see us climbing, you're going to say, this doesn't really look like that big a deal. Like, you can climb some steps. But I can tell you, it was freaking terrifying. I am so afraid of heights that climbing these stairs just terrified me. And there's no guardrail. And if you fell off to one side, you would just tumble down to your death. Nobody appreciates how scary. But we make it up to the cave, which is on the side of this, let's call it a mountain. And there's absolutely no way I would ever physically have been able to climb into the cave. Like, once you climb up the steps to get into the cave, you're just scaling this sheer, steep, slippery slope of rock. And you can see this couple coming down with their blind dog. It was terrifying. So the snail and I did not go into the cave, but Andre and the twins did go into the cave. I know some of you also commented you didn't know I had 3 daughters. You thought I just had the twins because they're the ones who have appeared in videos before. The snail has not really wanted to appear in videos and does not want her face on the internet because of AI. And, she's internationally famous. Like, what can I tell you? She has to guard her privacy. So I try not to actually show her face in this. But she does exist. She's my first child. She's 28 now. She's my baby snail. And she's getting married. Anywho, Thor's cave. Scary AF. The twins and Andre made it into the cave. And then we went down. We saw some sheep. And then we drove off into, I want to say Bakewell. After which the Bakewell tarts are named. And we ate at a very cute pub called the Red Lion and had a lovely little supper. I ordered chicken schnitzel, which basically is a big chicken cutlet, very, very heavily battered and very deeply fried with some garlic butter poured on top. And I can tell you it was delicious, with chips on the side, which in the United States we call French fries. It was very delicious, but basically I felt like I had this very high-calorie KFC dinner that I, would not do back in the States. But it was delicious, and, what can you do? You can't order the big salad. It doesn't really exist. So anyway, it was a lovely first day up in the Peak District, and I hope you enjoy the scenery and the cows and the sheep. I think I filmed a lot of cows and sheep so far this weekend because it's cows, it's sheep. I mean, we do have cows and sheep in the United States, but these are English cows and sheep. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're special. Oh, and after supper, we stopped by this church and we poked around in the graveyard, which always tons of fun, of course. And that was it for the night. And we came back to the youth hostel and we watched a movie together on somebody's computer. It was lovely. So anyway, I hope you enjoy our first day in the Peak District and just wait for day 2 because there was more climbing and it was harder and scarier. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great day, evening, morning. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.